Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to address something that most people who are manifesting a specific person find to be a challenge, at least in the beginning stages of their manifesting journey. And that is how to get any fears that you have about your manifestation with your SP. And I'm going to explain what I mean in the main part of the video. How do you make sure that these fears don't manifest? And how do you make sure that you only manifest the things that you want with your specific person? So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So I wouldn't be exaggerating if I told you guys, and you probably know it if you've been manifesting a specific person, that the vast majority of people who are on this journey of manifesting their SP have at least one, or in many cases, multiple intense fears about things that they don't want manifesting with their specific person. And of course, this varies from person to person, this varies from case to case. It can be anything from my SP is never going to come back to me if you're in separation. It can be they may never want to get back into contact with me if you're in no contact. It can be things like they will never want to commit to me, they will never want to evolve past the stage of friends with benefits, or perhaps you're fearing them finding a third party and starting to date someone else. In my experience, this is an intense fear of many people. I know a lot of my coaching clients have this fear. And in any event, when you're on this journey of manifesting your specific person, you're very likely to have a lot of triggers, a lot of things that you don't want happening with your specific person, a lot of things that you are dreading even thinking about. And so, of course, knowing now the principles of conscious manifesting, you might even be getting more anxious and more nervous that what if my fears manifest? What if these thoughts and these intense feelings that I'm feeling actually end up manifesting, and I end up manifesting what I dread most or what I don't want? And I know this is where a lot of coaches come in and tell you, start affirming the opposite. Start flipping those thoughts as soon as they come in and try your best to keep your mind clear of such thoughts. While these techniques are not necessarily wrong, and this advice is not necessarily wrong, a lot of the time it ends up creating more resistance in the person. Because on the one hand, you have your mind and your body reacting to something, reacting to a trigger, reacting to something you're fearing a lot of the time intensely. And on the other hand, you're putting so much resistance against it, trying to keep your mind clear of that fear, trying to keep your mind clear of those thoughts, trying to not think about it. And of course, we all know when you're trying not to think about something, a lot of the time you end up thinking about it even more. And in other words, a lot of the time, these techniques end up inviting the fear even more. And instead of curing it and healing it and helping you overcome it, they actually give you more layers of resistance to work through. So today I want to suggest another method that a lot of people might find it resonates better with them because it comes from the place of oneness. It comes from the concept of oneness, of you being one with your specific person, you not being separate from them. And at the same time, it accepts where you are at this point in your journey. It accepts that you might not be perfect. And newsflash, you will probably never be perfect. You will most likely always have some triggers. You will most likely always have some things that you're fearing. So it's not about that. It's not about spiritual perfection. It's not about mental perfection. It's all about meeting yourself where you are at this point in your journey, being honest and genuine with yourself, accepting yourself and your journey at this point in your life, but at the same time realizing that you can evolve and you can raise above it. So how do you do that? If you find yourself having one or more intense fears that you don't want manifesting with your specific person, try actually addressing the fears head on, and why not also bring your specific person into this? My suggestion is that you might want to have some inner conversations perhaps with your specific person where you actually talk to them about the fears that you have. And you hear your specific person in your imagination Parenthesis here, you don't have to hear their voice. It's okay if you're hearing your own voice. Remember, you're going on oneness. You're always one energetically with your SP. So it's not about doing the technique in a perfect way. It's about connecting within with them. So you can bring your SP into that inner conversation to actually reassure you and to help you overcome that fear. If, for example, your fear is that you're in separation right now and that they will not want to come back together with you, you can actually have an inner conversation with them where you tell them straight out and flat out, I am triggered right now, I'm not feeling so well right now because I'm fearing that you will not want to come back to me. And you can imagine your specific person telling you that, no, I absolutely want to get back to you. I absolutely want this relationship. I absolutely love you. And you know that I am a mirror of you. So anything that is dominant within you, in your state, in your energy, I'm going to reflect to you. So don't worry, don't fear, I'm here for you. I absolutely want this relationship. I absolutely want us to get back together. I want us to start fresh, and know that I want everything that you want. And while you're doing this, try to get into the feeling of how it would feel if your specific person were telling you these things right now. This is more likely to help you overcome any such fears much easier without having to deny them to yourself, without having to do the spiritual bypassing where you're trying to pretend that you don't have them, without trying to affirm all day long to counter these fears and these insecurities and these very uncomfortable, icky feeling in your body. It's better to address the fear. It's better to be genuine with yourself and honest to yourself and actually address it if it helps you with your specific person as well. Another example, the big fear I mentioned earlier that a lot of people have is that their specific person is going to meet someone else and is going to choose someone else over them. Similarly to the other example I just gave, you can address this fear head on with your SP in your imagination in an inner conversation. Tell them that, you know what? I'm suffering from jealousy. Right now, I feel so insecure. I feel so doubtful. I'm very afraid that you might meet someone else and that you might choose that person over me. And allow your specific person in your imagination to reassure you and to soothe you by telling you things such as, there is no one else for me. You know, I only have eyes for you. You know, I don't want anyone else. You know, I only see a future with you. You know, you're the only person I want a relationship with, and all sorts of things like that. Anything that resonates with you, anything that helps you soothe yourself and feel reassured and feel better about the whole situation. And in this way, you are both addressing your fear, you're not denying it, you're not pretending, you're not creating extra resistance, but at the same time, you allow your specific person to help you in this, to reassure you in this, and to be your ally in this journey of manifesting them. I personally, as a manifestor and as a coach, tend to find these kinds of methods much more effective. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you have probably caught on to the fact that I'm not a big advocate of spiritual bypassing. I'm not a big fan of trying to pretend that I don't have this fear, I don't have this doubt, getting caught up in toxic positivity and trying to pretend that I feel something else to what I'm currently feeling. I actually think this has the potential to be more toxic and in the long run give you more resistance over your manifestation than actually addressing the trigger, addressing the resistance, addressing whatever is blocking you in a creative, productive, aligned way. So for all those of you, and I bet it's very many of you, who might be struggling with this fear or that fear or the other fear now that you're manifesting your specific person, try this technique, allow yourself to address the fear, allow yourself to be genuine and honest with yourself and even with your specific person in your imagination, and allow them to come in and help you realign to the reality that you actually want and to the state and to the dominant energy that you actually want to be in to get into your desired result of manifesting them. So try this, see if it helps you, see how it resonates with you, and see if you're able to realign with that version of yourself that knows that he or she has nothing to fear when it comes to their specific person, to their relationship with them, to how their specific person views them, to what the outcome is going to be, to whether they are able to manifest that person or not, and so on. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.